Ready for tonight. Should touch each other. That should be an obvious one, ladies and gentlemen. First game against the Chargers. As you can see, we got a favorite back.
Hey, yo, Surf. Going pretty good. Pretty hyped for this hire, so happy to be on with you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
I am happy too, to an extent. I know. Yeah. You know, there's always the caveat. I mean, you know, it's terrible. You're dealing with it. But I'm happy with you. Obviously, we're gonna dive into it, man. We got a great show today, man. It's you know, now we got our coach, man. Where do you want to start? Where does Mr. want to start today? Don't worry, I got a little bit for you as well.
Yeah, well, I guess we could obviously start with Kubiak and kind of how we arrived with him at the middle of the stage.
Correct. I have no idea how we arrived here. I see that we have people in the building, but let me make sure that everybody is good because, you know, Turf Struggle Stream. Shout out to everybody hear us, man. Are we good? I have problems with my advocator, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. Uh-oh, my sound is off. Oh, okay, nope, that's good. I can turn that up. My sound usually is too loud, man, so that's why I had that turned down. Yeah, I had it turned down, but they say I'm too low. I'm back up there. Yeah, I think we're good. I think
my audio's all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
Cool.
So yeah, back to it. Kubiak.
Yeah, well, it seems like that was the main plan from the beginning. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from all the signals that he was number one option. So we got the guy that Tom Brady wanted, and we'll see where we go from there.
Correct. I agree. I don't know if this is Tom got who he wanted or Tom got caught, you know, without, you know, having a chair or else the last chair that really he didn't have a choice to pick, if you will. Yeah, there's a lot. That's something that I absolutely can't wait to have a discussion on and bring up a little bit further in depth on where you think the decisions are being made, who you think are making these decisions, and how we're going to expect this thing to work right as we move forward, because I've seen quite a few takes, and I agree with the takes that are not going to be popular by Raider fans. And that is, we are still willy-nilly. We are still, you know, shooting off at the hip. There's no rhyme or reason. And, I mean, I feel like we're literally flying at the seat of our pants. There's no experience in this building at all. Like, literally, at this point, it's truly the blind leading the blind. So, yeah, we got to talk about all of that. But back to Kubiak, man. I mean, I don't know if people really understand his roots, too. You know, being that guy that came out of the system from his dad, right? Obviously, growing up in the NFL, if you will. And I believe his dad is on the defensive side of the ball, isn't he?
That's a good question. Kubiak Sr. I just know that he had a ton of success. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna check that out because that that does matter to an extent, if you will. Yeah, it definitely matters in terms of if his dad was on the defensive side, we can understand now why his offense is so prolific, right? You know what I mean? If you have a dad to bounce off all of your wildest dreams in terms of a new and exciting offense, who better would it be?
Yeah, that's the iron sharpening iron concept.
Bingo.
And as far as Klint goes, how he developed that offense, I think a lot of it was being in many different situations and being able to not just develop ideas from his dad, but from a ton of different organizations, because he moved around a bunch as well.
Mm-hmm. And nope, his dad, Gary, is on the offensive side. He too also an offensive coordinator. Hey, it's not, I mean, you really can't lose, ladies and gentlemen, from that respect. The kid's been around football literally his entire life. So I think we're okay there from that respect. Now, where I run into issues specifically is the fact that everybody's a rookie. Everybody. I mean, what, Tom's a year in? You know, now
yeah. He's still getting his sea legs.
Yeah.
He hasn't proven anything yet. So.
He's a year in. Our front office is all new, right? And look, don't get me wrong, because I absolutely adore, you know, Sandra, right? Shout out to Sandra and everybody in the front office that's not necessarily specific, like geared towards football, if you will. But they're all new. These guys have not had real football jobs, even in their positions that aren't football related, if you will. And again, I think that has a lot also to deal with the turmoil, right? I think that's where you see players, you know, family members getting mistreated, right? You're hearing about the wives crying out, right? And see, people don't realize this dysfunction is why we don't get the superstars unless we're giving them a bag and it's late. You know, this stuff really does matter. You know, you guys know I've been tooting this horn since I started this thing, man. I did not miss a home game the first 4 years. And I'm telling you, that thing was different at the stadium, being around the parents, being around those players and guys and the things that they have going on within the community. That stuff matters. So
I agree. But as I think I had heard you mentioned previously, you were kind of done with the retreads, the Josh McDaniels types, people who had already got their shot and proven that they couldn't get it done.
Correct.
So here's a new opportunity for someone who we don't know yet. So
very true. No, that's very, very true. I agree. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds, right? In terms of what happens.
I think one point that really sticks out to me is that football is a game of momentum on the fields, but also for organizations. So someone like Klint, who's coming off of a Super Bowl appearance, this is going to be huge for gaining player confidence and really even coach confidence. All the coaches he's bringing onto the staff will kind of have that expectation that that's the goal, is the Super Bowl, and there won't be any side distractions taking away from that main goal, which is going to be key for us moving forward.
Yep, I agree. So, before we go any further, you know I have my segment, Chat Lives Matter. I'm mad I can't figure out my aggregation stuff right now. It's really kind of irrelevant anyways. But I see a lot of our people's in the building, man. One of them asked, Turf, who is your guest? Man, this is Pigs, man. Get it right. That's that count, actually. Yeah, I think that's that count asking. But we got Raider Paul in the building. Raiders. We got Sacktown, Raider Mike in the building. Hey, bam. Let me see who else. Man, we got my number one ace, my Boone Coon. We got Marcus Banks in the building. Hey, much respect. You always my brother. Hey, we got family in the building. Steve Jones is Zero C, our guy quarterback, and said Mendoza is ready. That's actually a fabulous question. That's a fabulous question, Steve. I knew you were my cousin for a reason. We got L11, Salute Turf and Nation in the building. And I think that is roughly it, man. We got Tio Rocho that just popped in on TikTok. We're going to have all kinds of people rolling in, man. I apologize. Y'all know I usually get the crowd involved and on the screen, etc. But Turf always got issues, man. You know that. Maybe we'll figure it out throughout the show.
The struggle stream, as you say.
Struggle stream, man. It's real over here. But at least, hey, the stream, I believe, knock on wood, it's sounding good. It's going well. It's loud, there's no hiccups.
Hey, we improving on since last week, so that's a good sign.
Exactly. And I see my ace, my better half for Thursday night shows on Instagram as well. We got Spence in the building. Shout out to Spence. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope y'all enjoy the show. All right, so Chat Lives Matters, man. I'm jumping right into the coaching because we know who it is now. Who else do we expect, right? We've been talking about the front office. We've been talking about Klint, his background. I actually heard a rumor that he's got a brother, and I believe his brother is the quarterback's coach for the Rams. Does that sound familiar?
I did know that he had a brother. I didn't know that he was with the Rams, but
shout out to Rundown. I believe
good organization.
Gave us the goods on that. I think he broke that, saying that Klint might be trying to get his brother to come over and play that precious quarterback's position coach, which will be huge, right? That would be huge. Very monumental. We definitely are going to need some senior leadership, period. No matter how you look at it. Rookie quarterback, rookie head coach. If you guys don't think we need senior leadership somewhere, I don't know what to tell you. Rundown's getting what he wants in terms of going young, right? People want a young. I get it, man. I guess that's where us old heads, right? Sometimes we can get stuck in our ways, man, and only see things from a perspective that we've seen work, right, over a period of time. And as you get older, you just tend to lean on things that logically make more sense, right? Kind of like the statistics of a number one quarterback being picked. A lot of people don't realize that quarterback rarely does well. And in fact, I don't know how often they even win a Super Bowl. I don't know of many of them, right? I can't. That's a list. That's right. A fact finder. But yeah, I can assure you that the quarterbacks that get drafted, the first quarterback, the numbers are not pretty. And then if they are, guess what? They don't win with the team that selected them. They win with another team down the road. So I'm just telling you guys, it's probably not going to be another good season.
Tried, tested, and proven strategy is what we rely upon when we're making assessments of our team. So it makes sense to look in the past and see what worked. But at the same time, frontiers, pioneers, people pushing, trailblazing, that's what breaks barriers and gets you to the next level when you're struggling. And a guy like Ricky Waters, he wasn't like other running backs. He was doing things a little different. And, people weren't really sure what that was about, a running back playing wide receiver, but he did it. And now everyone's doing it.
Absolutely right.
Marshall Faulk's the guy who everyone recognizes as the guy who's the dual threat, but Ricky Waters was the pioneer. He opened the door for Marshall Faulk to walk through.
That is true, man. And not only did he walk through it, he ran through that.
Yes, sir.
Marshall Faulk is unarguably the best college running back of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Turf is saying it. I'm not even saying it. Yeah, I mean, that man was quite the show. I remember because I'm from the East Coast. But clearly, obviously, I was going to college, or I started college, and that's when I learned about him. I didn't know because I'm on the East Coast, but there were people that literally would not go to sleep until they watched Marshall Faulk, and those games would go through 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. That's how wild he was. I mean, the whole East Coast stayed up.
Do you reckon we haven't seen a running back like that since, and coming up through the ranks? No,
I like that.
One of a kind. No.
Is that right? I mean, seriously, he's one of a kind. Like a Barry Sanders is a one of a kind in my eyes, in my opinion.
And you don't think we have that with Ashton Genty and his success with Boise? That's not on the same level as a Marshall Faulk? No?
It's absolutely not. And you know what? It's fair to say it's in parallel because, hey, the WAC was the Mountain West, right? That's just
there you
facts. Go. Yeah, I can't get away from that. But the other reality is he looked nothing like Marshall Faulk looked. And you just can go look at the tape. I don't even think it mattered what kind of offensive line Marshall Faulk had.
Well, there are parallels, as you said. The conference he was playing in, the school he was playing for, it wasn't the highest ranks, the SEC. So he's here to prove something in the NFL that he belongs. And I think with any player, you kind of hope that they're looking to prove something, as opposed to resting on their success from the past.
And look, guys, so we have to be clear here in terms of when we're discussing Raiders and players. We want all of them to do well, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, all of us want them to do well. But the reality is we do have to be realistic in our analysis, what we see. And again, that's why I say what I say about Ashton Genty. And excuse me, I'm not the only one that's saying these things. Like, he really is not that special looking. He's just not. Like, he doesn't have the burst like a Travion Henderson, right? He's not making people miss like Bijan or any of the other shifty guys, right? He's not running away from people like Gibbs. I mean, he's definitely breaking tackles. You know what I mean? And he looks good downhill, but that's pretty much it. Pretty much basic. And
yeah, his bounce is impressive. He's not going down easy, but I think of a guy like Darren McFadden. His speed was insane. His physicality was insane. But at the same time, his bounce wasn't top tier, and that was a struggle for him.
Yeah, he
until later on in his career.
Right.
I think with Dallas, he really got it together and was able to be a more complete back. But early on, he was falling down pretty quickly on contact.
Yeah, he learned a lot running with the Raiders.
Yeah, he developed with us.
Exactly. I think he'd say he cut his teeth. You know what I mean? In terms of really, like you said, learning how to run in the NFL, because it is a thing that has to be done. You don't just come into the league, right, unless you're special, in my opinion.
Like a Brock Bowers translating the college skills to the NFL. That's a rare thing.
And it's special. Like, even our greatest to fame running back that came out of college, Marcus Allen, he was special. Don't get me wrong. He didn't have the numbers that Genty had. But I can assure you he had better numbers on average, and he looked a million times better. A million times better. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I hope the kid takes what I say as fuel to the fire and puts himself in the category of literally being the best Raider running back to ever walk on planet Earth, and make me eat those words for the rest of my life. I would love nothing more than that. That's the God's honest. Yeah.
He's got a hill to climb, and a lot of guys who've come before him that set the bar super high. So he's going to have to be looking up, setting those sights, and working towards it.
He's got a ginormous hill to climb, guys. I don't even know how. I don't even know what. I don't know how he's going to overcome it, even with the great offensive line, all of those things, because the reality is, until we do get a passing game, until we do get some serious threats, on the outside, wide receiver-wise, I think there will be easier game planning in terms of stopping Brock and or Janty. So
yeah, the engine has to run as a whole. You can't just have a few pistons firing.
You got to have all of them. And
I think that's the hope with Klint, is that he's going to be the guy coming in to make it happen. Like, we expected that from Pete Carroll, and we just didn't see it. We didn't have the play action pass. They weren't respecting the downfield throw. So it really allowed the defense to stack the box and make it way more difficult for Jancy than it should have been. Klint, I think, will be a lot more creative, especially moving Bowers around, keeping defenses having to react to his his agenda as opposed to the defense imposing on us, and that'll really help Jancy a lot. Right.
No, I agree. I totally agree. I see we got my dog Ramos Scotty in the building. Raider Nation, all rise. Sacktown Raider Mike. I want John Benton, the Seattle O-line coach, to follow Klint here. Dude, that would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's proven chemistry. That's a very solid and safe.
Yep. And Steve Jones. How y'all forget about running back Kurt Warner, who played for Seattle? It is Warner. He was serious. I mean, Alexander is probably
Sean Alexander.
Sean Alexander is going to be a number one Seattle running back, I would say.
Yeah, well, I mean, he certainly. You kind of feel for the guys in the '90s. They didn't have the Madden with their face on the cover. A guy like Sean Alexander, everyone knows him unanimously because of his appearance on Madden.
Correct.
Cover.
Absolutely. And he
household name.
Yeah, he was a monster too. Don't get it twisted, guys.
Oh, dangerous.
He could do it all, actually. Sean Alexander was actually one of those all around backs. He never came out. He absolutely could pick up blitz. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. They didn't use him that much like that, but they didn't have to, he was a monster, man. Yeah, Seattle's had some squads, man. Shout out to Seattle, man. I mean, Ricky Martinez is one of my favorite running backs too, FYI. I mean,
it's good football. You can't deny good football. Like when you see it, you know it, and you're kind of drawn towards it. Guys like Sean Alexander, I wasn't a Seattle fan, but I certainly connected with the player because he was doing it at a different level.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, much different level. It's just, hold on. What is it?
I saw someone was shouting out Bo Jackson. Like, I guess that's another perfect example of a guy doing it at a different level.
Yeah, Bo Jackson,
There's a jersey for sale, a Bo Jackson jersey at where I work at the auction house. I might pick it up if I get the winning bid.
Oh, so you work at one of those auction joints? Oh man!
Yeah. I think I send you the photo of the Bojack jersey?
But I didn't notice that you actually worked. So
Yeah. So I got a bid on it. I don't know if I can win it. Like, it depends on who else is bidding.
Right. So shout out to my boy Stack. He's got me into all of these raffles, man. So that's kind of where you see a lot of some of the stuff that I got up here, man. I got stuff from, I want to say TikTok raffles. You know how what do they call the breakers? You know how they
You put your name in the hat kind of deal and see what you get.
And see what you get. That's where I got that Crosby jersey from. Shout out to that. Same thing for Myers. I got to get that out of here now too. See, this is why I get tired of this, man. We always get somebody and then he's gone. See, Mayor, I can still keep here. I'm good. Crosby. But I got to get rid of number 16.
Yeah. I mean, somehow maybe you could do your own raffle and then give it back to the people kind of deal.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, where are we? We bounced around a little bit. I know we're talking about Klint, obviously. Where I do go immediately is with this question: who else to expect? We kind of got someone starting it off, right? They want him to bring O-line coach, right? What's your thoughts on what you want to see from him in terms of, hey, now you're the guy. Hey, who are you bringing? Who are you?
He's also got his offensive coordinator over there, which is a possibility. The quarterback coach to become the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
What's his name? It starts with a J. It's kind of a strange sounding name. J-O.
Oh, wow. It's a great question by my man, Ramos Scotty. Should we bring Khalil Mack back? I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, that'd be a great move.
Right. And another one, let's get that Indiana receiver to go with Fernando. He'll be available late.
Are you talking about Cooper or Surratt?
Is it number 80? I'm assuming he's referring to number 80, the big guy that gets up. You're right, the guy that's he's the go-to when it's time for a jump ball, things along those lines. But I'd be happy with anyone that he's going to be comfortable with, because he's going to need. We don't have a receiver. Like, we literally don't have.
Someone who demands the ball. That's we lack that.
We lack that big time, and I don't know how we'll fix that. I'll be honest. I have no idea how we're going to fix that.
The person whose name I was thinking of before, it's Andrew Janoko. Andrew Janoko.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is you want chemistry, so people he's familiar with makes a lot of sense.
Correct. And shout out to Sack Town. We got Surratt or Cooper, as they were saying. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is bugging me. I can't put y'all on the screen. It is absolutely bugging me. I'm gonna get Pigs here on the rant somewhere, and I'm gonna try to figure this out.
Well, I could have mentioned I've been following Carr's podcast, the Carr Brothers.
Yes. Talk about that.
They've been dropping a lot of interesting sound bites, kind of making a point of praising Kubiak and talking about their history with Kubiak, and it's got me intrigued. It seems like they had a really good relationship with the Saints. Their communication was, for a quarterback coach relationship, it was kind of what you want. It was pretty ideal. And I don't know, maybe there's a world where Carr might consider getting into coaching. He certainly has the personality for it and the knowledge of the game and the love of the game. And if he has the relationships with coaches, that's your foot in the door opportunity. You might be able to come on as a quarterback assistant or coach.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, if you're talking Fernando, yes, that might be right. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole Christian
their personality.
Yeah, that whole
it lines up kind of perfect.
It lines up. So yeah.
I think Carr sees it. So, if Kubiak's coming, like that is probably the only coach I could see Carr working with naturally right out of the gate, and because they already have a developed relationship.
Correct. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
And his podcast certainly give the indication that he's in the football mindset constantly. Yeah. He hasn't left the game. He's still there.
No, he's not. He has not left the game at all. Carr is still absolutely, completely.
He's a junkie. He can't get enough football. And
I don't think it ever leaves you, to be honest, right?
No, it doesn't. It's just there's nowhere to channel it when you're done, but coaching. And a guy like Fernando Mendoza, I could see there being a huge potential for him to kind of recapture success through an avatar, as it were, and that perfect avatar being Fernando.
Right. Yeah, so for the record, Turf does not want Fernando. Not even a little bit. Just being honest.
I wasn't on the Fernando train either, but the way that the coaches are lining up, it just seems like that's going to be the natural fit for the direction we're heading. So you can't really fight it at this point. Like I really wanted defense, but it kind of is what it is.
You know, I would have loved Bane. Talking to Lil Matt. Let's get Bane.
Yeah.
You know, that would be crazy. If we're keeping, you know, it doesn't even matter even if we don't keep, you know. I'm sorry. Shout out to Matt. Matt, you know I love you, man. I love you, but I mean, and hey, for the record, I just want you on layaway. I'm not trying to give you up. I just want you on layaway for a little bit. You know. But let somebody else pay this next big one that you're gonna get. They're gonna load you up. You get you a chip or two, maybe, right? And then we bring you back on home when we're finally ready. That's how I view it, man.
Yeah, the NFL is a contract game at the end of the day. You got to have the numbers making sense at the right time at the right place. So as much as I love Crosby as well, it just it might not be on the same timeline. But if he's willing to stick it out, you never know.
Right.
Take discounts, this kind of thing.
Yep. Nope, I agree. Definitely gonna have to take a discount. Big time gonna have to take a discount.
Yeah, and a guy like Mac, I don't think he was ever willing to do that kind of thing. So it made sense. He naturally moved on.
Yep. And I mean, hey, maybe now he's thinking a little different.
If he comes back, I'd be super hyped. He was definitely one of my favorite players.
Yes, that was the source of it. That was it. And that was Gruden, right? Who shit was Gruden that shipped him away, right?
Yeah.
Gruden, and that was where he really lost a little bit of love from the fans, if you will.
I remember going to a game in Detroit, and I got to see Cooper during his rookie year, and you know, Carr was young and Mac was young, and the team struggled mightily, but Mac stood out. He was dominating every single play like a grown man. Just no one was getting by him.
Nope. Yeah, straight crazy. Khalil Mack, straight wild, man. That was a rough time for us. I don't know how many people wanted it. Oh, man, that was a rough time. Gruden kind of made up for it, but I don't know.
It's hard to say. Like, would we have had more success with or without him? It's really kind of a coin flip at this point because of the way things shook out. It's hard to know definitively.
Yep, I agree, man. I totally agree. So, who do you want as an offensive coordinator? I just want to go straight to it because we know it's going to be Kubiak offense, right? I mean, so
yeah, you expect the play action under center, and that doesn't necessarily line up with Fernando, but you kind of hope that he's going to be able to develop those skills pretty quickly. Quarterbacks have done it before. It's not impossible.
True. Very true. Very true.
And I think we have a lot of tolerance in our first year, so as long as you see progression happening, there's going to be a lot more support for a guy developing with struggles.
Yeah, I would agree. There's definitely going to be some support there. I think they're going to, you would hope. See, and that's why, again, I mean, maybe that's where we need to back up, man. Maybe we went too far forward, and we need to discuss what's going on with the front office in terms of who's making the decisions.
Yeah.
Because I'm not so sure I believe that Spytek is doing much.
No, I'm kind of there with you. I think it's Tom Brady's show. I think he had his sights set on Kubiak from the start. So
yeah,
the photos Tom Brady was posting the other day of him like resting in bed, it looked like he got his guy kind of thing. Like that looks kind of strange.
Dude, so see, my thing is this. Tom has been striking out. Again, y'all have to remember, Tom was a rookie last year. Let's be honest. We got to remember. It was already leaked and a known fact. He went hard after Ben Johnson. What happened there? Right? One guy. I mean, that one wasn't even he had even told him no, too. He went hard after him, right?
Yeah, that worked out for Ben. Some good leverage.
Huge leverage. And then the next time that I turn around, here's this guy, wooing Matthew Stafford. How'd that turn out?
No, there's some strikeouts for sure.
But with the reason that I'm bringing up these particular strikeouts, it's because they're putting all the eggs in the basket. And those eggs didn't get in the basket.
Right.
And look what happened to us. So it's like, okay, what are we doing this year? Are we going down the same road again? Is it going to be the Tom Brady show again where he decides I want to make my quarterback tough. I want to do the way things I want to do it. Maybe I don't want to get linemen right now. Maybe I want to keep my money for right. You see what I mean? Like,
yeah, the meddling. Where do you draw the line as a young input, someone who's still fresh on the scene? But I do believe that if he has success, he's going to take credit for it, and if he doesn't, he's not going to say peep. So that's kind of the problem.
Exactly, and I hate that. I hate this for anybody else in the organization. That's the problem with it. I have some of the utmost respect for the Ravens. Oh, after he came out and straight up just said, look, this is my shit. Bottom line, like, I'm making the decision. Absolutely, I'll listen to guys. But there's no power situation here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my team. I'm making the decisions, and I will be picking. Like,
no, that's the healthy way to go about it. I would 100% agree.
It is the healthy way. But unfortunately for us, Mark can't do that. Mark tried doing that. And that's why we're where we are today, because Mark knew this was not my thing. That's why he went and got Tom Brady. I heard, or maybe this was, there's always, right? So we got to take these things with a grain of salt. But I heard that Tim Brown is now a little bit ownership.
Tim Brown is really.
That's what
I like Tim Brown. I'm pretty biased, so I mean he's a Notre Dame guy. That's easy to root for.
Shout out to Cheeto Linus. He's a Notre Dame junkie.
Yeah, I mean if Tim Brown's involved, that's a nice counterbalance to Brady. I think that it brings some nice balance.
Yeah, that's a great. You can never.
Do you buy the due diligence, Turf? Because there's been this narrative out there that we were spending all this time, turning over every stone for a coach. But from, a bird's eye view, it really looks like we were zoned in on one guy. But was it due diligence, or were you just waiting because we had to?
I have to go with the fact that they were just waiting. Tom, see, and this is what I'm learning about Tom. And that's why I'm like, what's going on here? So I know how to lean when I see what decisions are being made. Tom holds on to something, and that's it. Once he gets a hold of, once it's in his mind, that's what he wants. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of the vibe.
That's the vibe. And you're going to know it's not going to matter if it's early or late, right? And that's the thing. We know now that Tom wanted Kubiak this whole time. We know it. And, now when it comes down to certain things that happen in these kind of decisions that are being made, it's always going to be on him.
And there are telltale signs of this kind of problematic quality, because if he really was set on Kubiak and he didn't necessarily want another coach, then obviously he wasn't as involved in the interview processes. And that was kind of quite obvious to the people coming in that they weren't the guy, because Tom Brady wasn't there, and they knew Tom Brady is going to be the guy.
Cool. They knew they were wasting their time. part of the rule, who knows, whatever else.
Yeah, there were signs, and people read the tea leaves, and they made their decisions accordingly.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more.
There's so much leverage in these negotiations. You never know if you're being used, or like it's hard to get a perspective, and there's a lot of speculation in that.
No, I agree. I don't like how Tom's doing playing this stuff. Like, it's like you said, he wants to hide, when it suits him, when it fits. Then he wants to,
Would it make a big difference if he were more involved in putting out like these Raider content shows, like getting his face in there and actually speaking to us, addressing us, and making his points known? Like, would that be what pushes it forward, or how would he achieve this?
Right, that's a great question. I don't think it's a good idea for the public to know real time what they're doing, right?
Thought processes.
All of it. That's not.
It's tricky because as a fan, that's what I want, but I could understand they're trying to keep their cards close to the chest kind of deal. But yeah, it's kind of a balancing act, I suppose.
It is, because they want us to know more than anything. I can assure you of that. Again, being around and being in that environment, you get it all the time where, it's like, I wish I could talk about this. I mean, this is constant. This is even for some of the reporters that have the inside track. They constantly get information that, right? They may never talk about, let alone can't talk about. Otherwise, it blows their sources and their relationship, right? And things along those lines. So
it's hard to weigh because you don't actually know. Like, it's all kind of speculative. Whether or not you tell or don't tell the fans something, will that actually have a negative or positive impact? It's all kind of projection and kind of making gambles. But I reckon the age we're in now, leaks happen. So it's kind of like, instead of leaks happening, just come out ahead of it and right. Tell it like it is, kind of deal.
This is where Bill, Belichick, shout out to Belichick, man. This is where he earned his paycheck. Like, he's so known for his press conferences, but the reality is that threw everything off the team. Everything. There was no, right, like you're saying, there's no room for having these issues or conversations, who's picking what, right? We just always constantly had to assume until we realized, yes, Bill and Mr. Kraft don't get along. Right? That's when we realized, you can kind of start dissecting who's making the decisions. And you start.
There's a tug of war kind of.
There was a huge tug of war. You could see Kraft. Initially, you would think he's challenging him. Hey, win with nothing. But now, seeing the dynamics of the relationship, it could have been sabotage. I'm the owner. I don't care. I already got some chips. I just don't want you to win.
Yeah, these power struggles, they're pretty intense.
This rich people stuff, man, I'll never know anything about it. But yeah, because even if I did have money like that, I don't have the ability to get it.
Well, yeah. Once you have all the money in the world, you're looking more for recognition, I suppose. That's kind of the new achievement, is getting the credit beyond just the wins.
Correct, and I agree with you. You hit that on the head. I think that's a lot what it's about. People want the credit, or you can flip it in terms of what we're looking at in Brady and say he doesn't want the shame, right? Hey, you're the GOAT, buddy. You're the one that put yourself in the situation. You're the one that decided to get 5% ownership. You're the one that decided to tell Mark, I'll handle this stuff moving forward. So now you got to produce, buddy. It's a lot easier to do it on the field when you had the ball in your hands, wasn't it? Is it? Right? Like,
that's a very good point. he has so much success. That's kind of a huge shadow that he's created for himself. That's hard to step out of.
And I think we're going to struggle because of this. That's my biggest issue right now, because I don't see where the change is going to happen in the front office for this team to get the needs that'll be necessary. Tom is stuck in the old ways. Tom is stuck in, having that coach that's going to curse you out, doing things the hard way. These kids are not Tom Brady's culture.
They're not on his time. They're on a whole new time.
And I don't see how this mixes. That's my problem. That's my other. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't see how any of this works. And like I said last year, my biggest problem was the lack of any motion in the offseason and free agents, particularly the offensive line. And then when they did address it, they addressed it with Alex Kappa.
Yeah, not so good.
So
problematic.
What do we expect? How does this work?
Well, I think we got a year of kind of a huge amount of tolerance, and in that is the opportunity to bet on the draft and really go all in and try and get a lot of new players in here and see who's showing something, and then move forward and spend money in the following year in a way to fill gaps. I think it'd be unwise to try and pick up too many free agents right off the bat without having a draft class, from this draft class kind of show up with Kubiak's fingerprints on it.
Yep. And
I don't want to do the cheap signings, but I would rather bet on rookies is what I'm saying. Like why are we getting Kappa Forsyth over a rookie? Like that?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense.
Right. No, I agree. This is just all this stuff just scares me. I mean, you just got all of this rookiness.
Yeah, it's not super ideal, but at the same time, I think vets are having less of an impact now than they did in the past. Because in the past, you would have team cohesion for, team unity. That it feels like there's a lot more players these days who are doing it for themselves as opposed to sacrificing for the organization.
I mean, where do you think that's coming from? Go figure, right?
That's NIL and portal and all these things trickling down.
It's only going to get worse.
And I kind of believe that the way to counteract that is to get a rookie class to bond and really, build a brotherhood where they want to sacrifice for each other. And I think vets take away from that in some way in today's game. That it didn't used to happen like that in Tom Brady's era. Vets were playing a huge role in creating those bonds. But I see Kappa, and I kind of saw him as not necessarily contributing to building a strength in bonds. Like it was kind of a placeholder.
In a horrible placeholder. But that's my plot. Alex, dude, that was giving your buddy a Raiders scholarship, as we call it.
Yeah, it wasn't a feel-good situation from a fan's perspective. If there were more players coming out and crediting Kappa for their development, and we were seeing development, then sure. But that wasn't the case. I would rather see another rookie challenging someone for their job and pushing other people to get better. Otherwise, they're going to take their spot. That would have been the better kind of, from my perspective, the better situation for a guy like JPJ, for instance. I would rather a young guy pushing him for his job as opposed to a vet kind of placeholding it.
Right, and that's the thing. All of this is very bothersome to me. Who picked Pete? Who picked Peter?
I really don't know. That's a brain buster.
Who allowed Peter's son to wreak havoc and potentially lose our best offensive lineman that we had, which is JPJ, in my opinion. It's not the kid that's always broke on the left-hand side moving forward. Don't get me wrong, Colton Miller, we appreciate you. Thank you for your services. I think it's over. I told you it was over 2 years ago before you got the first. So
now, JPJ should be the identity of the O-line. The guys that we have playing alongside him should reflect his MO.
I don't understand that. That alone, man, is one of the biggest problems on the planet, man. I don't understand how that was allowed.
I don't know, but it can't be that way next year. Like, it seemed like they were trying to create a fake adversity, is what I will call it,
Right.
for JPJ, and it just
Right.
came off as kind of insincere and ineffective. Real adversity would have been young guys, rookies coming in and having a similar mindset to JPJ, that they're going to take this
Right.
is mine kind of deal, as opposed to a vet coming in and saying, I'm going to show you the way. Like that, just it didn't pan out as I think it had been conceived by some of the people who were the brainchild behind that whole Pete and O-line decisions.
Yep. Oh, absolutely right. So I think I may have found something, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second. Let me see. I may have found something. I do think I have. Hey! The Raider Rundown is in the building. What up, Unc? I finally got something on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. OMG, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Let me see. Let me.
Oh, sick! You got the comments popping
Yeah,
up. Nice.
I got the comments finally. They just started showing up, man. They just started showing up. And my God, Protect the Shield podcast. You are right, Chris. So absolutely hates Colton, brother. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Hope y'all enjoy the show. I don't know why it just started working, guys, but hey, maybe it'll continue to keep working.
Colton's whole thing throughout his career was reliability, and it just hasn't been that reliable the past few years. So his elite trait is not so elite right now.
Not even a little bit. It's not even a little bit, but I mean, what are we gonna do? So I mean, what is? Where did they really see? This is I don't even know where to think with this front office, with this offensive line thing, because that was all they. That's literally all they did, right? What other thing did they do in terms of addressing the offensive line? Nothing.
No, they brought in their guys, and they drafted development project O-linemen, which I'm okay with, but you got to play them. You can't just have them sit and watch from the sidelines. Especially in a season like the one we had, that was kind of unfortunate, wasted opportunity for getting burned. They didn't get burned. No, those end of the season games too, those are hard to judge because guys are so beat up by that point. You're not necessarily going against fresh D linemen. You're kind of somewhere between a preseason game and a regular season game if teams aren't trying to get into the playoffs at that point.
Yep.
Hard to evaluate those games.
It is. It really is. I mean, this is going to tell me a lot this offseason. I'm just going to tell y'all right now because at this point, I've already checked off the box that Mark is out of the picture. He's completely out of the picture now. There's no more advisors, right? There's no more Philbins. There's no more. Who else was the elders that we had? Didn't we have the Bengals? We had Marvin Lewis back there, right?
Mm. Yeah, everyone getting their 2 cents, and now it's going to be just on the coach and Brady kind of deal.
Bro, it is, and that's the thing. Like, well, see, and even you said it. This is the alarming part. It shouldn't be the coach and Brady. It should be Spytek.
Yeah, Spytek. I wish it were Spytek, but he's kind of feeling like an intermediary right now, which kind of is what it is. Like he's going to be putting Brady's wishes into the team through himself.
And he's going to give Brady whatever. Can you imagine Brady and him having an argument and Brady not winning the argument?
It's hard to imagine.
I don't see it. I mean, I didn't see it last year. I think we're seeing, like you said, we're seeing all Brady. I think we're seeing all Brady. Everything points to Brady, in my opinion. These decisions that are being made, or the lack of decisions that are being made, just hanging on to one thing, and just being laser focused on it, regardless of if it's probably not a good idea. This all points to Brady.
And it would be a lot easier pill to swallow if he were coming out and making it clear that it was his decision. But that's just not the way it is.
It's not the way it is. He's not going to let that happen. At least not now. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, seeing the thing.
There's so many rumors and things like this. I think of Meredith. Meredith was credited to Chip Kelly. But then we kind of saw Chip Kelly was just kind of playing a role. He wasn't really being himself.
Chip Kelly is not able to do jack shit. I'm sorry. There's no way anyone would get me to believe Chip Kelly had to say anything. That's why that man checked out mid-first quarter of the season.
You could see it in his body language. He wasn't assertive. He was just kind of passive and playing a role.
Totally could care less.
He was making so much money. Like, how could you blame him at that point? Like,
the highest pay. I don't care what y'all doing. I'll go get a college job after this. I don't need another NFL job ever again. Like, college is NFL now as it is. Who cares? I mean, that's
very true.
College is the baby NFL. It really is. It's the formula.
And he has so much credibility there coming off of the championship that he can now go and recruit whoever and bring in portal guys from wherever. Like, there's a lot of power there for him. And I think Chip Kelly, in a lot of ways, as you said, checked out and was already thinking about going back to college halfway through the season.
Yep. Knew
it wasn't a long-term deal with Pete Carroll.
Yep. And that's the thing, man. We are going to be in trouble if this is what we're dealing with. I don't think Brady is equipped to do this. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it here and I'm going to say it now. As long as Brady is getting his way, I don't think it's going to go well.
Do you think Spytek will be able to do what's right by the organization if he sees Brady kind of leading us down a path that's not the ideal? No, he doesn't have the pull.
See, but that's the problem, because I think Brady realizes and knows he's going to get paid no matter what.
Yeah. Everybody. Money's pouring in from all directions.
This team can go 1-15 for the next 20 years. And they're going to continue. As the team just tanks, the money's just going to keep going.
Yeah,
keep going.
It's Las Vegas. It is. It's a show, like entertainment capital.
And that's going to be the trip. Everybody plans every single year to go see their team play in Las Vegas. It's not going to matter that their team sucks. It's not going to matter that their team's great. None of those things are going to matter. They're going to go because it's Las Vegas. It's going to be the excuse. And I don't see him changing. That's when you hit people in the pocket. That's when, right? When that 5% starts to look like 2.5%, that's when he'll say, okay. See, because I think that's what Mark did. I think Mark realized, shit, I'm shoveling off all this cash. I don't know what I'm doing. The bottom line is the whole entire thing needs to be flipped. And I've said it a million times. I'm going to say it again. Look, that Raiders of old, it's gone. It left with Al Davis. There's no getting it back. That whole thing, this is the part of the reason I don't want to be another first with this project in Mendoza. I don't want to be another first. I don't need to be another first for, the first Cuban to be drafted. I don't need any of this stuff. It's not going to work. You know what I mean?
Well, you kind of hope that the players themselves take it upon themselves to bring the organization up a level. If the front office and the decision makers aren't. Remember, we heard reports of the O-line having meetings outside of the actual team allotted time. Like that kind of thing is what's going to set a team apart. Is if players are taking it upon themselves to be better.
But the problem, Pigs, we ain't got no players.
Right. Well,
even they don't have the talent. I'm just right again. Nobody's trying to be.
I think perhaps what you could credit Mendoza for is that he, of most quarterbacks, looks like a guy who would be willing to sacrifice his social life in order to make the team better.
100%.
And so if he's willing to do that kind of thing, perhaps it does justify drafting in the sense that if you get some young receivers there to develop with him, he's going to spend the offseason ensuring that those back shoulder throws are on point, regardless of whether or not he's worked with that guy before. If we don't get Cooper or Surratt, like whoever we get, Mendoza is going to put the time on the table, and it's up to the receiver to meet that time. Mendoza's putting in the time. You don't know about the other players at this point, but Mendoza will put in the time. I don't know. I hope we get 2 rookie quarterbacks because I want a guy who's waiting in the wings right behind Mendoza, like a Brock Purdy behind Trey Lance. That's kind of the ideal that I want personally. And if we could get another quarterback who's like 6'5" and throws the ball harder and further down the field, and puts the heat on Mendoza, where he's forcing him to step it up, that's kind of my ideal. There's a few of those guys in the draft, like some 6'6" quarterbacks who throw the ball further. Get a couple of those guys behind Mendoza.
Man, so this is my other problem. Are you going to play him right away?
I think you go through a training camp and you see who's standing out and you play them, whoever's the standout player, just like with Brady back in the day. He was showing that he was better than a lot of the other guys who were ahead of him on the depth chart, and he just rose up the depth chart. I don't really worry about the whole rattling a quarterback in the modern age. Like, guys aren't getting hit that hard. Like back in the 90s, you were getting smoked as a rookie quarterback. Today, it's like you touch the quarterback, especially if it's like a brand name quarterback, the ref's throwing flags. Like,
you're done. You're absolutely toast.
and that was the main thing that worried me about back in the day. Even Brady's age, when he was a rookie, like a rookie quarterback was getting smoked by defensive linemen. They were out for blood. That just doesn't happen these days.
Nah.
No one's getting driven to the ground. Like, you get pushed.
No, absolutely. And
quarterbacks aren't phased these days. They throw a pick, they're not thinking about it for the rest of the game, like, because they've been trained since they were young that they got to focus on the next play. Like, there's so much psychology that goes into developing these players to have that mindset that they're not going to get rattled if they're throwing a few picks in a season. That's less of a concern these days than it was in the past.
Right. No, I agree. I'm just, man, I just don't know. Like, so, as I stated earlier, my cousin Steve, he said, hey, what about AOC? Because I'm going to tell you this. Look. Hey, by the way, he's still half off. He's still for sale. I got it.
You got it. You got to do the raffle.
I got cards, everything. But long story short, look, I believe in AOC. I always have.
Yeah, he beats people in training camp. He just doesn't get the starting job. It's kind of unfair.
I've always liked AOC, and I think somebody eventually is going to F around and find out. Meaning that he is going to get that chance, and he ain't turning back.
He's going to run with it.
I think he's got the experience now. I think he gets it. I'll put it to you this way. If it doesn't happen within the next few years, then yeah, absolutely. It won't happen for him. I mean, he's too old at this point. I shouldn't say too old, but you know what I mean. If it hasn't sunk in this,
Well, at some point you're just a backup, like in the league. That's how teams view you. But if he shows that glimmer of hope, then a team's willing to invest in building around him.
Back up right now, that's a guarantee. He's lucky being looked at as a good backup, somebody that can win you some games and manage it.
Yeah, last show we talked about the possibility of trading him. There's a few teams that need a guy like him, like Indianapolis, where their starters on the IR to start the season.
Right.
You could potentially get some good value in a draft pick doing a trade. But, yeah, Gino on the books, it's just kind of like we have to have Gino here because the option of trading him's not really there and cutting him's not really going to make any sense. So, and then if we have rookies coming in, it's kind of a crowded quarterback room.
I don't see him working. I don't see how that's going to work with our idiot fan base. I'm sorry. Yep, I called y'all idiots today. At some point you got to stop booing your own team. Like
we're a lot of trolls. There's a lot of trolling going on.
It's ridiculous. Unlike a lot of people, I went to all of the games, not some, all. So I get it, man. There are people there that they would die before they give up their season tickets. And they'll be damned to sell it to the opposing team or any things like that, man. These people care, bro. You know what I mean? These people care, man.
They make sacrifices.
Yes. And
skin in the game kind of deal.
And at some point, these people that are just constantly being negative at the field, in people's faces.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but, that's kind of 2026, that's just the world we live in. We're going to have the internet blending with reality.
Yeah, and it's going to
all the memes, all the trolls.
It's going to continue. We have the worst ones. That's my point.
Yeah, I never saw that back in the day when I was going to Argos games, when I had seasons tickets. People were bleeding blue every single game. There was no booing. Yet again, my team was winning most games, so I didn't really have the opportunity to see that. But I guess point being is the whole stadium was electrified from the first whistle to the last whistle. There was no downs; it was all up. So
yeah, I don't know, man. Our fans make it really, really hard. I'm gonna be honest, man. I didn't even know. I came into this thing as green as it gets, man. As green as it gets.
Turf, have you booed at a sporting event? Have you done that?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've booed us at a sporting event.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest.
What's the trigger? What's the fine line of booing or not booing?
It's collective, and it has to be as a team, in my opinion. When you start to boo people in their face, in person, straight up, I think that's crossing the line, personally.
Yeah.
Now,
so it's more like you're booing the product, not making it a personal attack upon somebody.
Bingo! You're not personally attacking the person. You're attacking their play or lack of play. These kind of things. But you don't do it in their face. You know what I mean? Sure, you could have your blogs and all of your podcasts and blow some stuff.
Right.
But to be at the game, these guys are already going through it. You know what I mean? Show some kind of respect. And that's the thing. This whole Geno thing got so out of hand.
Yeah, it's tough. I think back to Jamarcus Russell. I remember watching games where his offensive line was giving up on him, and you kind of start to wonder, the energy of not just the fans, but the coaches, the negativity from the coaches directed towards the players. Other players pick up on that, and that spreads like a virus.
Absolutely.
I want to say that it was all Jamarcus's fault because that's the easy thing to do, but really it was an organism. There were a lot of body parts contributing to that outcome. It wasn't just Jamarcus.
And Lane Kiffin was one of the biggest issues. A lot of people don't know that. He, It's not my story to tell. I'll just put it to you this way: he had no intentions on investing a pinky finger into Marcus Russell. That was never going to happen. And he did the equivalent, meaning that he probably gave JaMarcus Russell a playbook that had no plays in it.
It comes from the top. That's a leadership kind of trickling down through all the ranks. And eventually your own players are giving up on plays, not blocking, and then you're getting sacked, and then people are booing. But it's like it starts from the leadership and trickles down, and then eventually hits the fans. Like that's a full circle kind of deal.
Yep. No, I agree. I really don't see any of this going well for us, and that's the thing. Because. Look, I don't know. A lot of people were happy with this whole Seattle thing, meaning with Peter and Gino, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of support. Like people were saying Gino's top 15. Pete Carroll only wins. He can't lose. Like, all the repeating the same kind of mantras over and over again. Like people were expecting that was going to manifest it into reality, as opposed to looking at the roster decisions and assessing them individually. We're kind of chalking it up to Pete and Gino, and then overlooking all the details. But the devil's in the details.
And look at how quickly that turned. And here we are with a rookie coach, a rookie quarterback that is basic as hell. He is basic as hell. I'm sorry.
Fernando, is that
basic as hell? Like, God, dog. Like,
he doesn't have the elite traits, but I mean, Sam Darnold. Like, does he have elite traits? I'm not sure. Hard to say.
He did coming out of college.
What stood out when he was in the draft too?
No, it's once he got to the Jets, he started seeing ghosts.
Yeah, right. Even on the Vikings, like people were saying that he was obviously he was having a lot more success, but when the games got big, the lights got bright, then he was seeing ghosts again. Kind of a flashback to the time with the Jets.
I think what happens is I think he's just a certain type. I think he's a certain type that certain coordinators have figured out, and if you can understand how to play that coordinator's game that has figured him out, and you figure that out, you kind of have a way to disrupt him. It's very clear, like, to get the bad games that he's had it's definitely the scheme. It's definitely what they've done to him, whether it's rolling from a single back, man look to 2D. I don't know. I just know when he looks bad, he looks bad.
The quarterback always gets the credit, always gets the blame. And with Seattle right now, he's getting a lot of the credit. But I think it's the running game and the defense, which is really keeping the team, firing on all cylinders. That running game is insane. And the defense is super dominant. So the quarterback is just having to do his job. And he's making good throws here and there, but it's, as you're saying, like Klint Kubiak's really dialing in the strategies that make him look that way.
Bingo. Hey, shout out to Joshua W8083 in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Fernando is literally Mac Jones. Hey, we're going to talk about that. Does nothing special, but because he succeeded and has a good mind, he'll get overdrafted. Now that 100%, Joshua, I agree. Him going number one, I don't even think he's the best. See, that's the other part I hadn't even gotten a chance to talk to yet. I've just been holding on to this because I'm going to let y'all know, shameless plug, next Monday, it's what you've been waiting for. The Raiders Syndicate coming back together. And I'm telling you right now, that's going to be a very interesting show. You got Rundown, who is getting everything he wants, right? Everything young, everything, right? His quarterback, all this stuff. And you got us old fogies, man. We not really feeling this. But yeah, with that being said, though, I mean,
What's the alternative, Turf? If you don't draft Mendoza, like, do you really think a person would trade or a team would trade up? Like that's
part of our problem. We need to find a sucker. I mean, we need to find
that's
a candidate
pretty hard
that believes the same nonsense that a lot of other people are spewing in terms of Mendoza being better than he really is. And that's going to be hard to do because, again, I don't even think he's the best quarterback in this draft. I think there might be three guys. I've been eyeing some guys that's going to surprise some people.
Are you talking about Chambliss? Is that one of them?
Yeah, he's not. There's this D2 kid. There's this D2 kid.
Strand, Jack Strand.
Well, there's another one. There's two D2 kids. Oh. And then I'm not ready to say he's going to be the best running quarterback of this draft.
The D2 guy, Jack Strand.
That's Meyer. He's
been showing up in the Senior Bowl.
Oh, I'm telling you, my God, this is going to be interesting. I mean, the bottom line is there's no way you can tell me that we drafted Janty in the right slot. I don't think anybody now, hindsight, I don't think anybody that was in their right mind pre-sight felt that was a good draft pick at number 6 for a running back when he's not the best running back in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, it was the historic draft class for running backs.
And we're about to do this back-to-back. We're going to do the same thing. We're drafting the number 1 quarterback, and he's not the number 1 quarterback. I'm telling you, he's not the number 1 quarterback. I'm just telling you.
What is it you like about the D2 quarterback? Because obviously they haven't versed the same competition, but it's traits that are popping up.
It's the traits. It's the fact that he's got that it factor too. He wins. He go gets it. It's not one of those where he's got a system. He's got a great coach that has him reading half the field. It's very quick, things that he doesn't have to think about, and it's easy decisions. That's not what this kid is doing. This kid is taking everything on his back and running with it. So
yeah, I mean, I really like that D2 quarterback. I watched quite a bit of film on him, and he stands out. The way that the ball comes off his hand is different. He's huge. He's like 6'5", just like Mendoza, but he's got way more power to his throws. And he is going through progressions and reading the entire defense and making the throw to the right player who's open. And the competition's not there, but I think if he's there as a second quarterback selection, kind of putting pressure on whoever our first quarterback selection is, that's kind of an ideal scenario, like Brock Purdy and Trey Lance, that dynamic.
Right. Yeah, he's not going to be there, though. Somebody's going to sneak that kid. I'm telling you right now, watch. Somebody's going to sneak that kid that nobody ever thought, and it's going to be a shock.
Yeah, there are teams out there.
It wouldn't shock me if he goes in the first 2 rounds.
Really? A D2 quarterback in the first 2 rounds?
You heard it from Turf first.
Wow.
You heard it from Turf first.
That's a bold take.
It's
that hasn't happened before, has it?
No. I don't even think a D2 player's even been picked. He's been picked, but you know what I mean.
It's been some time, yeah.
Not in the second round. No, not a D2 player.
I mean, traits are traits. Like if a coach thinks they can work with a ball of clay and mold them into what their vision is, that certainly would justify a high draft pick.
Picks. I'll tell you this. I've said this a million times over. The difference with the divisions of collegiate football is the trenches. You absolutely can take a skilled player, right? Meaning a corner, right? Running back, quarterback, Mike linebacker, and put him in any division. If he's a dog, he's going to be a dog. It's just the way it goes, man. Just like that wide receiver. That's never played wide receiver, right? And look at him at the Senior Bowl. He'll probably be a number 1-2 draft pick, meaning first, second round draft pick. Again, never even played high school. I don't even think he played high school. He's a basketball player. And I can see him going first round. Easy. Just based on the Senior Bowl. There are a lot of guys that went from the Senior Bowl last year.
The Senior Bowl's making a big impact
on
draft
selections. A huge impact. And the smart guys are taking advantage of it. Yep. Uh-oh. That's right. Kyle Duggan. That's right. Shout out to Joshua. Well, I'm telling you, man, our people be knowing. Yep. Kyle Duggan was D2. Was a second rounder by the Patriots. He was a top end safety.
Well, the safety, right?
Portion of his career. Correct. So it has happened. Just not at the quarterback, right? Nothing. No major.
Yeah, it's unusual for a quarterback who's having success at D2 not to move to another team, especially in this transfer era. And what stands out about this Jack Strand dude is that he's I've listened to some of the interviews, but he said that he was really bought into the culture, and he wasn't willing to exchange that for anything, because that's he bought in, and that's what you want in a player, is a player who buys into your culture.
It means something, bro. It really does. It means a lot, in my opinion.
And it's becoming more and more rare as players are looking for more and more money.
That's really more money. There's no loyalty. Like, that's the problem I have, man. And I don't think the people understand, nor do they care. And unfortunately for them, they'll never know and they'll never understand it. I was watching Todd Monken, right, give his speech, if you will, whatever it is. And what stuck out to me more than anything else, and it's because of the brotherhood that I have, is his homeboy, his college roommate, football playing, guy was there. As he was, right, he started getting choked up, all that good stuff, man. I got some of the dopest, coolest stories, man, that are recently popping off. And this one touches my heart, and we're gonna get this one off before the night. But I got an old roommate. I talk about all my roommates all the time, but Cedric Woodrow Cooper. Yep, I'm using the whole entire government. Now, this kid is extraordinary, man. You're talking about freak of nature, just God-gifted, talent-wise, athletically, the whole nine. Prop 48. I don't know if you even know what that is. Prop 48 back in the day was when you didn't have the grades. And what would happen is you would be able to go to school, but you can't play football or any of that stuff. And you have to maintain a certain grade and so forth. And after you can prove that, then you can be on the team and play and practice, etc. But that's what that was back then. This kid is a Prop 48 kid. Obviously graduates. Long story short, gets 2 more degrees, PhD, masters, all that good stuff, to become a principal. Goes back home, right? He's born and raised in Omaha. Goes back home, opens up one of the schools, the newest schools in the past decade in Lincoln, Nebraska. Well, he's looking at his old school, right? He's going through the process. This man still has his yearbook with his badges, pictures, all his stuff from his high school. And his time comes. Not only is he getting inducted into his Hall of Fame for Benson High in Omaha, Nebraska, he's now officially the principal of the school that he graduated from as a Prop 48 kid. I don't think anybody really understands the magnitude of that, except for the people that understand what I'm saying in terms of Prop 48. Because that was a big deal. Basically, it was like, you're not going to make it.
There's a lot of adversity to overcome.
The chances of you making this is slim to none. Basically none. And not only did he make it, the kid is a freaking principal at his own high school. I don't.
So you're saying that speaks to the culture of the school and kind of buying in.
And now it takes me full circle because I guarantee you one thing: when it's my turn for anything big, if I were to have that, guess who would be there? Coop, right? All of my boys that's on my thread, man, and these guys aren't gonna have that anymore. Why? Because you just play. You just play with him 1 year. You just play with him 1 semester. All of that is going to evaporate.
Yeah, and times are changing.
It's not gonna go well for the sport, for anything, for anyone, for anybody. I mean, as a sport, you need people.
I mean, that's kind of how we've drafted, though, is looking for guys like a Bowers or a Genty who've stuck with their school from beginning to end. Obviously, they were having success at those schools, so they didn't really have the pressure to switch schools, or they were already getting paid, I'm guessing. But
right.
Yeah, there's too many examples of guys just jumping around, and they're on 4 or 5 schools in 4 or 5 years. That's kind of a shame as far as believing that they're going to be able to buy into a program and stick with it.
Exactly. They're not buying into your program. They're buying into what they can get out of it. That's the point. Like, there is no program. There is no brotherhood. There is no camaraderie. There is no locker room. It's what can I extract from this place? There's no giving back. There's no, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think
there's a lot of uncertainty there because it hasn't been proven. There hasn't been enough time for things to shake out and see the consequences.
And we all know human nature, man. Well,
that's true.
Human nature, but look. So, little side note: if Turf went back to school for 1 more year, I'd get a psychology degree as well. Yeah, I studied. I was actually a psychology major for the first 3 years of my college career, and I changed super late because I realized there's no way in hell that I want to be a psych person and talk to people about their problems. That's
sports psychology is pretty cool. That's something that you definitely have to lean on in coaching.
And I tried to look at those avenues, man. Because I one thing I wish I would have done was looked into coaching more. I think I would have been a great coach from that respect. I mean, I technically am as far as leadership. And
you'd be leaning on that psych experience. Like, that would be coming in pretty clutch.
I do it every day in my job. Every day I lean on all of that as a manager, one-on-ones, and getting people to be the best version of themselves so that you can get your accolades, right? Because you need people, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. And yeah, it helps every day of the week, twice on Sundays. I can admit that. But yeah, man, I don't know. I feel bad for the people that have no clue. They just don't know. Like, just like they don't have a clue of not ever knowing how to not be found. Like, they have a phone. They've had a phone their whole life. Like, they don't know what it's like to not be able to be found.
Yeah, you're talking about the iPad generation. People growing up with technology from day one in their hands.
Mom can find you, you know what I mean? Like, it's all those things are good.
I think one thing to say about Fernando Mendoza, as it ties into some of what we've discussed here, is that I heard some reports of classmates, so not actual teammates, but classmates, people who attended the same classes as Fernando, speaking of his interactions with professors and other students. And it does seem that he really took an approach at school that was not your typical athlete. He was very much buying into the class itself and treating it with the utmost importance and respect as if it was football. Like that, he was bringing the same intensity to his classes as he was to the football field, which that's kind of a trait, like in some ways, that he's able to adapt that same intensity to wherever he's applying it.
No, I agree. I would
like to see a guy like Strand challenge him and like be on his heels the whole time.
Yeah, it's just my problem is we are so terribly understaffed. We literally need every position that offensive line. We literally need every position at wide receiver.
Yeah, we could take the Noah's Ark strategy and get 2 of everything.
Everything. And pray that somebody shakes out.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah, they let competition truly let the cream rise to the top. That's what I want to see as a fan. Like, I'm cool with drafting Mendoza at this point because I understand the difficult quality of trading back. That's just probably not going to happen. And taking any other position other than the quarterback is just, you don't get the value out of the contract as you would do with a quarterback. Like, it's just the way that the league has set up the rules more than anything. But I don't want to see just a guy anointed. I want to see someone else challenging him, and especially someone who's, the underdog, like a Division II quarterback who has traits that are perhaps better than Mendoza, but isn't proven against the same competition. Yep. That would be super ideal from my perspective.
No, I agree.
I love the Brock Purdy situation, the way that played out. Like, you have a guy at the top of the draft and a guy at the back of the draft, and they're competing for the same job. That's really quite compelling.
It's a cool dynamic, especially when the guy that's at the bottom of the draft has got a little it factor to him. Because I'll give Purdy that he's got a little something to him. But I don't think he's
not super elite, but you can see that he's a gamer and he's looking to win.
And I think he's benefiting from his offensive coordinator, who just so happens to be a quarterback whisperer / OC genius, right? So that's really
that's Shanahan.
So right, because
Kubiak has experience with Shanahan, right? That's they have Kubiak. He has a relationship with Shanahan.
Yes, he does.
So hopefully he takes that same philosophy and applies it here. That would be pretty ideal.
We could only hope, man. We could only hope, because we're going to need to do whatever we can to make this work. It's going to be tough. It really is. I don't think people understand the uphill battle we're about to deal with. The problem is we have no offensive line or wide receivers.
Yeah, that's it's
none.
I mean, Thornton and Besh, we'll see where they go. But Tucker, he's a challenging guy to throw to.
I'm still pissed off we drafted him in the second. We drafted Jack Besh in the second round.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have to show that that was the right decision.
You know how many other guys that got drafted in the second round are just straight dogs right now? Travion Henderson got drafted in the second round.
Yeah, there's a bunch. That second round is looking pretty nice right now.
Dude, and we got Jack Besh. Oh, man.
He balled out at the Senior Bowl. We were discussing the Senior Bowl's really making and breaking drafting choices.
I didn't like it.
Did you watch him at the Senior Bowl? Did you see some of his plays?
Yeah, we have to hear it. We have to hear an earful because of Rundown. Shout out to Rundown. Yeah, he loves Jack Besh. He loves Jack. Don't ask me.
The part about Besh that I liked that I don't think we saw that much was his physicality at the catch point. I wish there was more opportunities for him to show that, but he just didn't really get the burn or the play time to showcase it. But that's kind of the trait that stood out the most to me, was that bully ball kind of mentality.
Right.
Which is pretty useful, like especially in the red zone. That's a valuable thing.
No, I agree, but it's kind of like what you just said. He couldn't get on the field.
Yeah, that was the crappy part.
That's the problem. I mean, Alex Bachman, you can't get past the Alex Bachman. You can't get past the Dante Thornton, who he's god awful. I'm sorry, he was god awful. Anybody that looked at him as in the second coming to Randy Moss, you should never have conversations or opinions about football ever again.
Thornton's got the elite running, like track star kind of background, but yeah, he still has to get the hands to catch up.
Or the routes.
Yeah. Those need a lot of off-season development. Needs to hire some guys to dial it in. over the offseason.
He's Al's modern day Cliff Branch, man. Somebody that's going deep. I'm just saying, this is what it is. Shout out to Al. I mean, and I've already said it. That's the other thing. Like, the only reason I'm okay with the going young and trying to kind of clean house and do something new and different is because we need something new and different. We can't keep identity.
We don't have a win now roster, so we might as well kind of lean into it and then let cream rise to the top, pick the best parts and move forward, and then fill in the gaps with the free agent signings down the road.
And 3-4 years down the road, we should be able to contend. That's how I see it. This is a long process, ladies and gentlemen.
I just don't want to see any more Christian Wilkins type signings where we're throwing the bag at somebody who's, has question marks and the other team didn't want to re-sign him. Like
Raider scholarship. We love giving Raider scholarships. I think that was Cheetah. I think that was Leo that made up the Raider scholarship. Cheetah Linus. Yeah. No, man.
Those practices go back in time. I remember Byron Parker or something like that? There was an O-lineman who just kept sticking around year after year, and it never seemed to pan out, but he always got the opportunity.
Joshua W. I can't even say you're wrong. It's the Raiders. They don't care about intelligence, just speed. That was Al Davis. And that's why I'm saying, man, it's like we keep going 1 foot in, let's be like Al, let's the presence of Al, and then 1 foot out. Like, we got to do something new and different because Al ain't here no more. Nobody can be Al. There's no being Al. Al is Al. You don't make a Al. That's a one of one. There's no recreating that. So we need a new identity, man. We really do, and I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, the players got to establish that on their own.
I don't know what that looks like. Yeah. It's interesting times ahead, man. This is going to be a very, very interesting offseason. Very, very interesting offseason. So I got to get out of here soon, but I do want to know, what are you looking for?
Yeah, the main thing I'm looking for is who Klint Kubiak brings on as his staff, obviously. And the guy who I would like to see kind of pipe dream kind of scenario would be a Derek Carr at like a quarterback coach kind of role to work with a Mendoza, and then have a Jack Strand as well in the quarterback room with Derek Carr.
Right.
That kind of dynamic. I want to see competition, and I want to see cream rise to the top, and I want to see the best player get the starts. I don't want to have a guy who's anointed the starter. Like we've done the past few years. If it's O'Connell should play. Like it's that simple.
What's your thoughts on ALC in this mix? Do you get rid of him? Do you trade him?
I'll be honest, Turf. A few years ago, back in O'Connell's draft class, I was a huge supporter of O'Connell. I didn't know where he was going to get drafted necessarily, but I knew that he was going to come to the Raiders, and I thought he was going to start year one. And when I seen Jimmy G throwing the ball and I seen O'Connell throw the ball, it was night and day difference, and I could not believe that Jimmy G started over him. Yeah, you paid them the money. And then the same deal with Gardner Minshew. It played out again. And this was the most disheartening thing as a fan is seeing with your own eyes, making an assessment with your own eyes, and then having the decision totally fly in the face of that. That just can't happen moving forward. Like, the coach has to use common sense and ignore the financial implications. Like that whole like playing the guy who's getting paid business. Like, that's not leading to winning football. Like it didn't for Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady wasn't the guy getting paid when he started beating people on the depth chart. Like, he was the guy at the low rung, and he worked his way up. Like, that's what I want to see.
Right.
Is give guys opportunities when they're showing something.
Yep.
And JPJ the same way. He showed something at center, and he also showed that he has injury issues, and I truly believe that he would have less injury issues at center than he would at guard. Guard is a much more physically demanding position, and also he doesn't have long arms, so he's naturally starting to lead with his head, and that's just going to be a problem moving forward. He doesn't have the ability to reach out and grab, so put him at center, allow him to be more like secondary blocking, assist blocking. That's where he can really shine with his technique and be physical without injuring himself or putting himself at too much risk of injury, because it's just not going to be helping him develop if he's having concussions and tweaking ankles and things like that.
Yep. No, I agree, man. I agree. That's a good take. Me, I'm just looking for some sound decisions. I want good decision making by the front office.
Do you expect Spytek to step up and make decisions and take responsibility for those decisions?
Why get paid? Why be the GM if that's not what you're doing? If you're just listening to Tom, we don't need you. Just being honest. I just like you want that healthy competition amongst the players, I want the healthy competition amongst the front office. I want these guys to do their jobs. And I want them to know that everything should make them feel like it's on the line. Every decision, every player. You can't get it wrong. And I don't think we have that right now. I think we have what people like instead of, hey, we need can't miss. Not what you like, we need can't miss. And I don't know, man. I think Janty was a you know, what you like pick. I don't think Ashton Janty was a can't miss pick.
Do you expect us to draft another running back in this class?
I would absolutely hope so. We need one. We'll pick up a free agent that exists because, hey, I've been caught saying it, and I have to stand 10 toes on it, man. This league is full of running backs that are capable. It's just, they get a shot, right? Will they get a legitimate shot? And I think we can find some diamonds in the rough out there, especially from this last draft class. I'm sure there's going to be something lingering around from last year's draft class that didn't get a shot, right? Got stuck behind somebody that showed up, and they're available.
What you're saying about opportunity and having that line up with the team at the right time, like injuries play a huge role in that. You have a slight injury and then the team wants to move off you and you can't get a big contract, so another team picks you up. A guy like J.K. Dobbins kind of stands out. He came from Georgia. He's had the injury bug, and teams don't want to pay guys with injuries, so effectively he's going to be relegated to a secondary role, which would be perfect for us, like behind Janty.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Janty is the guy.
High upside.
Janty is the feature. He's the guy. He should be getting the lion's share, all of that good stuff.
You reckon a J.K. Dobbins would be good behind him because of those injury concerns?
I would love J.K. Dobbins. Dude, he kept Vidal out of a job. He kept who else over there did he keep out of a job over at the Chargers for a while, man? Dobbins is
he was holding it down until he gets injured. That's the main deal.
He's in the Ravens too, right? Didn't Dobbins play for the Ravens?
Maybe to start his career, but he was with Denver last season.
I think he started at the Ravens
and then the Chargers. Yeah, because he had injuries with the Ravens, then went to the Chargers, had injuries there, then went to Denver, had injuries there. Yep. But the last injury he had, I kind of blame Tyree for that. He did a hip drop tackle.
Yes.
And and he's like a 6'6" guy, 270 pounds, and it just was an awkward kind of tackle. I think that happens to a lot of guys, like just awkward angle. Not necessarily that he put himself in a bad position. It was just the angles.
Yeah, his first 4 years were with the Ravens. Then he had that 1 year monster year, right, with the Chargers. Mm-hmm. Then he moved on to Denver. And again, I mean, the kid averaged 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy team. He was killing it. I was pissed when he got injured against us because he was carrying the weight. Yeah, he's someone who I definitely see kind of now at this point in his career needing a backup role because no team's going to be willing to throw money at someone for a starting role with so many injuries. It kind of makes sense that he would be behind someone like a Janty.
Yep, I agree, man. All right.
Draft someone in addition.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is a fire show, man. I really enjoy doing this with you.
Yes, sir, Turf.
Yeah,
it's hardcore Raiders talk. This is good stuff.
Man, it is, and I love it. I really do. So we'll have to pick a time, and we'll have to do something. We'll figure something out. Especially if the chat loves it, loves our takes, our back and forth. I think it's awesome, man. So I appreciate your time. What you got for the people, man? You got any other shows that you do, or your channel, or anything?
No, not particularly. I did quite a few streams back when AP was kind of in contention for the job, because I felt that was a pivotal moment in Raiders' trajectory and history, and I felt I needed to get my opinion out there. And kind of similarly, right now, the coach coming into existence, like an important time to kind of voice things and have an input on how things are going. I guess I reckon I would probably like to do some other shows. I just nothing's really pulled me in yet. Like naturally, I kind of resonate with your style of show. So this is kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, awesome. Well, trust me, we're gonna figure something out, man. We'll have to pick a day, do something, man, and keep this thing going. So
awesome, sir.
You think on that side? Me, as you guys know, tomorrow we got the knockout canvas with my better half, Coach Angelo Reyes. His favorite fighter just put on a masterclass. Shakur Stevenson, masterclass. So you definitely don't want to miss tomorrow. I should be able to make it. I know I've been struggling. My schedule is wild. Y'all know. These Gopher girlies got me all over the place. Shout out to the Minnesota Gopher Gymnastics girlies. We got UCLA this week, ladies and gentlemen. It was sold out last week. If you didn't know, the great Jordan Childs, gold medalist, is on UCLA's team. They are currently number 1, I want to say, undefeated, and we got a shot, y'all. So shout out to them Gopher girlies. My baby is on the front cover of everything this week. Meat Week, African American Month, all of those good things, man. Black History. She's got a lot of cool things out there, not only supporting herself, but her people. So check it out. All those good things, man. Last but not least, Thursday night, my dog Spence, dead in the water. We got to change that because this team's playing in the Super Bowl. They're not dead in the water anymore. So
no, they're flying high currently.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, man. Pigs. Once again, thank you, my guy. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
We'll do something again soon. And, to all those Raider peoples out there in the world, peace. We're out.